Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Fasting is not just for religious ceremony or protest anymore. Intermittent fasting is gaining in popularity as a safe and effective way to lose weight.
Yeah, I feel like we hear more and more about it every day. And fasting can speed up your metabolism, improve your gut health, and even help you live longer. Cheri Stoka is here from Weighless MD and Wellness to tell us all about getting this fasting going and why it has so much hype. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks for being here. So it does seem like we read and see more and more now about fasting. What first kind of define it for us? What does it mean?
Yeah, so fasting basically means you are abstaining from food for a certain period of time. So it's kind of a scheduled set period of time versus, starvation when you're not really sure when you're going to get the next time is when you're going to get food.
Mm-hmm. And they say it's more effective than just regular dieting. For that reason, because it's in like intermittent kind of spaces?
Yeah, I mean, fasting, I think the most important part is that, we've kind of fasting has been around since the beginning of time, so, and I think just us as Americans and the way that we eat, we've gotten away from allowing our body to go a certain period of time without food. Mm-hmm. And that is how our bodies were designed to actually survive. You would fast and then you'd feast and you'd fast. So the benefits of actually allowing the body to not have to process foods has so many different benefits.
Yeah, like there was a list that you shared with us. So weight loss is obviously one of them, but it also can improve your insulin sensitivity, right? It speeds up your metabolism, which we mentioned. It promotes longevity. We read a survey that shows you actually live longer if you have periods of intermittent fasting, and it improves hunger.
Yeah, it has. There's so many different benefits, and Weighless MD being a weight loss clinic, the reason why I decided to incorporate this was not for necessarily the weight loss. It was for actually what it does to heal the body, because what we find in the people that we see is that we really have to kind of treat underlying health issues before we can get people to maintain long-term weight goals. And so fasting, obviously you will lose weight, but the benefits that happen during a fasted state are long-term. Mm-hmm. So one of the main things you mentioned, insulin sensitivity, it's kind of, again, I can spend 2 hours sitting here talking to you about why insulin sensitivity is such an issue. But basically, we have to be able to process sugars, and insulin will help us take the sugars to our muscle to be used for energy, but that is not happening anymore. Insulin is taking sugars and putting it into fat storage. It's because we're eating too many calories.
Mm-hmm. So is fasting complete abstinence, or are you still incorporating broth, or is there any kind of food you can eat during a fast?
Yeah, that is such a great question, because there are many different ways that you can actually gain the benefits of fasting. And so the newer research actually shows that there's a certain amount of carbs, proteins, and fats that you can consume, and it actually keeps your body in that fasted state. So you're basically trying to prevent these certain pathways that happen that are pro-inflammatory, they're pro-aging. And so there's specific foods that you can actually eat and almost as if you were not eating during a fast. So that's kind of what we were able to create, because we've studied that research. We know exactly what that macronutrient composition looks like. So we're able to now provide that.
And that is part of the 554 fasting program, which you can talk about because you're looking for people to become part of that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly it. So we created a program called 554. So essentially, the first 5 is preparing the body for fasting. Because
so the first 5 days is a preparation stage.
Preparation stage, because you can't, like, if you came to me, you cannot just throw people on, a fasting diet for 5 days without preparing them. So that first 5 is preparing. The next 5 is fasting. So you're eating the small amount of foods that we're providing for you, but you definitely go through those changes. And then the last 4 days is transitioning off of the fast.
Okay.
You're looking for 10 people to be part of this program?
Yeah, because it's a new program launch for us, and we are going to be doing some testing of some markers and obviously fat and weight and insulin levels and things like that to see what type of results. Because we haven't done any clinical trials on it, but that's just a way for us to really
measure it.
assess.
Yeah.
So the way it works is for this 5-5-4 fasting programs, you're recruiting 10 people, as Karen just said, and there are people who have to be able to come in for a meeting or to chat with you on October 2nd at noon. Right?
Yes.
And is that where you'll be giving people more information and kind of explaining how it'll work and then getting them started?
Yes, that's exactly
So
right.
who would be a good candidate?
You know, anybody, I mean, anyone would be a good candidate because I think our bodies just really need these cleansing and healing regimens. But I think someone who really has had some issues with weight gain, and you kind of get to a plateau, you can't get past the plateau.
Frustrated.
And there's our bodies create a set point, and this really can kind of you can kind of overcome the set points with fasting.
Override it,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
and the cost is $149
Yes.
for the entire program.
Yes, and then that includes, the food that we provide and supplements and different things are all.
It's wonderful. Again, you have to be available on October 2nd at noon. Call this phone number if you're interested in trying this 5-5-4 fasting program for just $149. They provide the food and all the information, customize the program for you. They'll accept 10 people, so call now at 262-226-2046 and get started. Great talking to you. It's fascinating.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
And your office is open in Brookfield. Coming soon, you're going to be in Kenosha, too. So you'll have 2 locations for Weighless MD. You can call them again at 262-226-2046 to find out more about that 5-5-4 fasting program, or go to weighlessmd.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Great
much.
talking to you.